In this video, I will cover rules number 11 to 15 of the subject and verb agreement. Let me start with rule number 11. Rule number 11 says, a plural noun of amount, distance, and volume takes a singular verb when the subject is used as a unit of measurement. For example, quarts of oil was required to get the car running. Although you have a noun form here, 4 quarts of oil, but that's a volume needed for the car to get running. So 4 quarts there is used as a unit of measurement, and therefore it will require a singular verb. Okay, another example. 30 kilometers is what a good day's ride is about. So 30 kilometers is a good day's ride. That's it. So you have plural there, 30 kilometers. Distance, we're talking about distance. More than one, that's 30 kilometers. But since it is taken as a unit of measurement, we will need a singular verb, not a plural one. Okay? Let's move to rule number 12. Plural-looking nouns such as civics, acoustics, economics, ethics, gymnastics, mathematics, physics, politics, social studies, measles, mumps, and rickets are generally singular and need singular verbs. However, when they name characteristics or qualities rather than branches of knowledge, their meanings are plural. And therefore, if their meanings are plural, then they will need plural verbs. Alright? So let's take a look at these examples. Example A. Measles has threatened Filipinos for months now. We call that plural looking because if you notice, the word ends in S. But that's not plural really, it's taken singularly, and therefore even if it ends in, its meaning is singular, so therefore we need a singular verb for it. Okay, moving on. NIDA's ethics are adjusted to fit any group and occasion. Notice that we have a plural looking noun here, ethics. However, this word ethics, which is a plural looking noun, does not talk about a branch of knowledge or a branch of science. It is used now as a characteristic of NIDA. And the rule says, if the plural looking noun is used as a characteristic of something or someone, then the meaning is plural, and therefore you will need a plural verb. Hence, our verbs are adjusted. Okay? Letter C example. Ethics deals with problem of moral duty. Ethics is standing alone there in that sentence. It is not used as a characteristic. It's a plural looking noun standing alone and talking about a branch of knowledge. And so we need a singular verb for it. So our verb is deals, singular. Next rule. Rule number 13. Words such as eyeglasses, pliers, scissors, and trousers generally take plural verbs although they name single form. So, notice, eyeglasses, pliers, scissors, trousers. You do not use the singular form of those words. You do not say eyeglass. You do not say plier, scissor, or trousers. Then you say, but I mean only one thing. I don't mean two or more. I mean only one scissor. No. Even if you mean one, you still say scissors, pliers, trousers, eyeglasses. Okay? So, they are always plural in form. And of course, since they are always plural in form, they need plural verbs. So, the scissors are rusty and broken. So, even if you mean only that one pair, okay? But the word scissors, no, in itself, that's considered plural, and therefore you need a plural verb for it. The trousers do not fit him. Trousers, always plural in form, and will always need a plural verb. So that's why our verb is do. Okay, not does. Rule number 14. When a relative pronoun is used as the subject of a clause, the form of the verb is determined by the antecedent of the pronoun, because the pronoun has the same person and number that the antecedent has. Previously, we encountered the word antecedent. We already defined it. We said an antecedent is the word referred to. Okay? So, when you have a clause, like in this example, I have met the woman who is on the program. So, we have a clause here in the first example. Who is on the program is our clause. Okay? And we have a relative pronoun, who. The word who is a relative pronoun which is used to introduce our clause. I repeat, we have a clause, who is on the program. That clause is introduced by a relative pronoun, who. So, when you have a clause, your relative pronoun becomes your subject, but your reference, your verb for your clause must be according to the antecedent of your relative pronoun. So let's examine now. If who is our relative pronoun, what is the antecedent of who? In other words, what is the reference of who? Okay, which one is referred to by who? In this sentence, who refers to woman, which is singular. And therefore, the verb here that comes after who is, because your is paired with the antecedent of who, which is woman. Take a look at example 2. I have met the women who are on the program. In this second sentence, you have a clause, who are on the program. So you have a dependent clause, who are on the program, and that dependent clause is introduced by a relative pronoun, who. Now, our task is to identify the antecedent of who. Antecedent meaning the word referred to. So, what is the word referred to by who? Women. What's the form of women? Plural. So, you have a plural antecedent. It will agree with the verb in your clause. That's why the verb in our clause, which is are, is agreeing with women. So you have a comparison now of example A and example B. Okay, I hope that's clear. So third example, she is one of those girls who are never on time. Again, we have a dependent clause here, beginning with the word who are never on time. So who now is our relative pronoun. Let's take a look at the antecedent of who. So who refers to what? Girls. Girls is plural. Okay? So therefore we know that the verb that we will pair with who should be plural. So that's why we have are never on time. Okay? But be careful with letter D example. Take a look at this. She is the only one of those girls who is never on time. Notice that the sentence, letter C and letter D sentences are similar. No? What is actually different from C and D is the words the only one. So here, instead of saying girls as our antecedent in this example is the only one. It's singular, and therefore our verb is. Okay? Because there is emphasis now of the only one. It's not anymore referring to girls. So we cannot consider girls as our antecedent, unlike in C, but our reference now will be on the only one. So therefore we have is. Alright? Number 15 now. So rule number 15 says, if two infinitives are separated by and, they take the plural form of the verb. So first, what is an infinitive? An infinitive is a verb form that starts with to and followed by a simple form of the verb. For example, to walk, which is used as a noun, or since it is used as a noun, it can be used as an object, no, or as a subject. So an infinitive can be used as a subject or an object. Now, in terms of subject-verb agreement, if you have infinitives as your subjects, then if you have one infinitive, you have a singular subject. If you have two infinitives, you have a plural subject. So if you have a singular subject because you have one infinitive, then you need a singular verb. If you have a plural subject because you have two infinitives, then you will be needing plural verbs. In this example, to walk and to chew gum require great skill. Our verb here is require because we have two subjects or two infinitives, to walk and to chew. So that's what I was saying. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Yes, don't forget to hit that tiny bell so you will be notified of my next video. See you in my next video, guys. Bye!
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden.